Walker Book of Magical Stories. Tilly McGilly's Fantastical Chair by Vivian Fred. Illustrated by Sue Heap. Tilly McGilly lived at the very top of a tall, thin building with 82 steps on outside. Tilly McGilly had 10 woolly hats, 9 woolly scarves, 8 woolly jumpers, 7 woolly socks, 6 woolly cardigans, 5 woolly blankets, 4 knitting aunts, 3 puffing uncles, 2 wobbly eggs, and 1 grand who was nearly a fairy, who came to tea as a surprise. "Hello, Gran," said Tilly. Said Gran. "What all this woolliness? It's my legs," Tilly explained. "For us like me to keep warm. Pots of tea need keeping warm," said Gran. Children need fresh air," Tilly sighed, carrying me up and down 82 steps, making uncle's pop so. Said Gran. "We'll see about that." The aunts came hurrying in the front of the kitchen. "Would you like some tea, Tilly's Gran?" said Aunt Agnes. "Shall we have some tea?" said Aunt Bridie. "If we known you're coming, we should have make a special cake," said Aunt Clara. Are you warm enough, Tilly dear?" said Aunt Doris. Said Gran very loudly, and she pulled a spotty hanky out of her pocket and waved it. Oh, cried all the aunts, and they found themselves circling and round the Gran, waved the hanky again. "Oh," said Aunt Gerda, as they spun out from the front door and away down 82 steps. The 3 uncles puffed in. "What all does noise from?" they asked. Gran waved her hanky. Puff, 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 puff. The uncles all shouted together, "Oh, puff, 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 puff," and they joined hands in line and were puffing down the stairs after aunts. "That got rid of them," said Gran. "Now, child, what shall we do with you? Is that a magic hanky? Are you going to wave it at me?" Tilly asked anxiously. "Not so easy," said Gran. She stared hard at Tilly's chair. "Is that comfortable?" "Yes," Tilly said, wondering what was going to happen next. Gran laughed, the little red wheelchair on his back. We can but try." She shut her eyes very tightly. "You can hop, you can skip, you can fly through the air." Tilly McGilly's Fantastical Chair. Tilly's chair gave a hop and skid a hurrah. Gran gave a little skip herself. "Hold on, tiny Tilly." Tilly held on a light little red chair, gave a grunt and cough and sprang up into air. Up, it said in a rusty, dusty voice. Up. Gran opened the window wide. "Fresh air," she said firmly as the chair and Tilly flew past her. "Don't forget now," Tilly saw Gran waving as the chair soared up into a sky above the building she wanted to wave back, but she didn't dare let go. "It's all right, you know," said the dusty little voice of a chair. "I won't drop you. You can wave if you want to." "Thank you," Tilly said briefly, and waved. "Whee!" said the chair and flew up and over the roof of Tilly's tall thin block of flats. Aunts running round and round after the wall, 82 steps. Sometimes they met at each other, and they would stop and bow and say, "After you," and "No, no, dear Henry, after you." But mostly they were too puffed and to say anything at all. "Where to now?" asked the chair. "North, south, east, or west?" "Up," said Tilly. "Up, up, up." "If you say so," said the chair. And zoom up they went. Two birds flying past were surprised. And they bumped into each other. And Tilly could hear them squawking angrily behind her. The chair began to slow down. "Do you want to go much higher?" it asked in a breathless voice. Tilly was about to answer. There was a loud and terrifying roar, and just something huge and silvery rushed across the sky just above her head. The little wretch spun round the circles and Tilly screamed as she held on tightly as she could. "Dear me," said the chair, steadying itself. "That was near thing. I feel quite shaken up." "Me too," said Tilly. "I don't think I like planes." "As close as I can." "Can we don't go down again?" "We certainly can." The little red chair began to drop gently down, down, until they were both hovering just above the treetops. "I can see the pond," Tilly said. "Can we go and look?" The chair bobbed up and down. The chair bobbed up and down and swung Tilly through the air until they over the pond. A group of children were busy fishing in nets. A tall girl held up a jar full of small shiny fish. "Whatever are they catching?" Tilly asked Tidless. Said the chair in a know-it-all voice. "Oh," shouted Tilly. "Oh, look at the little boy. He's just about to fall in. Look out, do look out." Tilly shouted in a loud voice that all children jumped and looked like around there was a most enormous splash, and not only the little boy, but most of the other children fell into the water and began talking and sputtering and waving their arms about. "Oh dear," Tilly said. The chair made a quick turn and shot down the road, Tilly twisting round to see what was happening. I saw the children scramble out the pond and start to chase after her, dripping tails of weed and water behind them. "Stop!" they shouted. "Stop!" "Let's hide!" shouted Tilly quick. The chair swept off and a row of shops. A woman with two girls came out of a greengrocer's just as Tilly whizzed past, and she let out a loud shriek and dropped all her shopping. Two girls fell over heaps of potatoes and cauliflowers and apples that fell down off the pavement with a flump. Oh dear," said Tilly. "Wait for us," shouted the girl. The chair slid in between houses and began to fly upwards. Where shall we go now? Tilly asked. None of the people down were they like us very much. They keep wanting to chase us. The little shed the answer, and Tilly suddenly noticed that instead of flying smoothly, they were bumping from side to side, up and down. What? Tilly patted her eye. I think the chair wheezed that your grand's magic is wearing off. Shall we stop? Tilly. The chair took a deep breath. Let's try to get home, it said. Perhaps I could wish us home. Tilly suggested no harm in trying, said the chair. Tilly shut her eyes very tightly and wished as hard as she could. I wish that Gran would send us home as fast as she can. Tilly opened her eyes. Nothing happened. But she saw the chair was flying lower and lower and giving strange hiccups. And just as when Tilly sat up straight, oh look, we're nearly there. Oh, the chair gave a small sigh and landed gently on the ground in front of a tall thin building. What's the matter? Can't you fly anymore? Tilly patted and stroked the chair. Dear chair, we had such fun. Oh. Tilly started at the far end. At the far end of the road, she could see a group of children. A group of children were waving and running towards her. Behind there was a woman waving a shopping bag. It's those children who play in the pond. And the girls who sat on the potatoes. And their mum. Oh, little chair, what shall we do? The little red chair said nothing, but Tilly felt it give the very faintest jump. I know, Tilly leaned forward and wiggled and slid over out of the chair until she was sitting on the ground. There now, you won't be so heavy. Can you fly up and get Gran? Tell her she's going to come and help. Tilly gave up a little skip and then a hopped. Tilly held her breath and shut her eyes and wished as hard as you could. You could hop, you could zip, you could fly through the air. Tilly McGilly's fantastical chair. There was a whoosh and swoosh. And Tilly opened her eyes just in time to see the chair standing up in the air. At the same moment, the children about that all began shouting at once. Then the aunts came hurrying round the corner and started asking Tilly what on earth she was doing. And the uncles puffed up as well. They were much too puffed as to ask any questions, so they pointed at Tilly up and up in the sky. Over and over again uphill until Tilly felt so battered and muddled by all the noise and warm. Waving that she hit her head in her hands and wished as hard as she could that they would go away. Whee! There wasn't something that total silence. Tilly peeped her fingers. Gran was floating down from the top of a tall thin block of fats. She was sitting in Tilly's fantastical chair and she holding her spotty hanky. She said, whatever going on here? Oh, Gran, Tilly burst into tears. I didn't mean to stop all these people, all the aunts and the uncles, all across and cross can be with me. the best to help folks. And one thing is to give him another to remember, Gran said as she waved her spotty hanky. There was the strangest noise that Tilly had ever heard. It sounded like a mountain pulling up its roots, or gigantic monster heaving itself awake, trembled, and then rose slowly in the air, up in the wind, hill, higher and higher, and it began turning and turning until it was upside down. Slowly, it began coming down again, and Tilly and all others gave a hug, sigh, and it settled back down on the ground. It looked as it had always been there, firmly rooted, but now it was upside down. There, said Gran, looking very pleased with herself. Now the uncles won't have to carry you up and down 82 steps. You can wheel yourself in and out just as you please, Tilly. So there'll be a lot less willingness and a lot more fresh air. Oh, and don't go worrying yourself about upside down furniture. Gran waved her hanky and couple more times. There it is, all right as ninepins. Go and see. Gran helped Tilly back into a little red chair, and Tilly trundled herself into a flat through what had been the front door at the very top of a building. But what now was the front door at the bottom? The uncles and aunts crowded at her. Still too surprised to say anything. It's lovely, said Tilly, looking around. Gran nodded. So it is, she said. The children who had fallen into a pond came rushing in. Yippee, they said. It's magic. We live right at the top of the flats now, just where we always wanted to, so I can look at the stars at night. And they all rushed out and to look up at the new high-up windows. The woman with shopping bag and two girls knocked at the door. Good afternoon, she said. So nice to have a new neighbors. We live in middle flat. You know, charmed to meet you. Perhaps Tilly will like to play with Susie and Sally sometimes. Tilly looked at the girl, but she saw that they still had dirty knees from falling over, but they smiled at her. Do come, they said together. We call down tomorrow. And they hurried down. Tilly rubbed her nose. Why aren't they cross anymore, Gran? She asked. Like I said Gran, give souls something new to think of, and they forget everything else as Uncle Susan skittering about, admiring the quiet, forgetting I've come to tea, she said. Well, Tilly said, they have been rather busy since you came. I make the tea for you. She went towards the kitchen and then turned back. Gran, she said. Thank you very much. Said Gran, pulling her spotty hanky out her pocket. Whoops, said Tilly, and rolled herself quickly into the kitchen, but Gran was only using her hanky to wipe her spectacles. Gran said to herself quietly. I'm wiping my spectacles this time, but Next time, I used the little red chair as Terry came back with the tea things. The Haunting by Sarah Hayes, illustrated by Helen Craig. The oldest inhabitant of Crumbling Castle was a little ghost who lived in a bell tower. She had been there every bit as long as castle itself. She had seen time first cracks appear through the walls, and she had heard the third stones go tumbling down the mountainside, but the little ghost did not mind. She liked Crumbling Castle, and when the ogre left, the little ghost stayed on. There was no one to haunt any longer, but a large white owl came to live in the bell tower and kept her company with life was pleasant but quiet. Every night the owl would fly over darkness, and the little ghost would glide from the tower. She always took the same route, but down the crumbling steps, through the cracked marble bowl, across the ballroom floor, along a corridor, and then up a little winding stairs which led to the battlements. It had been years since she had met anyone in the castle, and